There is a question that I get asked more than any other in the Football Manager space, and that is, Steve, what is the best GYR tactic? Well, I will say normally this all depends on several factors: what team you are, what players you have, etc, etc, etc. But I wanted to find a definitive answer, and following last week's release of a tactic, we actually now have 20 tactics to get to the bottom of which one is the best. So my good friend CTxCB jumped into the pre-game editor to create this. We now have an entire league set up of every single GYR tactic that has been created in FM23 to allow them to go head to head to definitively find out which one is best. But the big question is, how do we keep this fair? We have set every single player to have 14 for all of their attributes, and we've dipped into the in-game editor and made sure that all of their attributes are frozen and made sure that each manager is unsackable. To give us a conclusive answer, I will be running this test through 10 times and taking an average across all 10 tests to give us a final answer. So let's get to simulating. Before we get into the results, I just wanted to say that because a tactic finishes lower in this table, it does not mean that it is bad and it would not work in your save. This is actually a closer representation of player versus player more than player versus the game. So if you see something you like, let us know how it goes. So kicking things off with tactic number 20, we have the Diamond Geezer. In 19th, it's 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪𝙩 442. 18th sees Nice to Meet You make a surprise appearance. 17th is the Incredible Hulk tactic. 16th is Carlo Ancelotti's awesomeness. In 15th, a fan favourite and the tactic that I won a Champions League with at FC Versailles, it's Swanzalona version 2. In 14th, it's the Baby Yoda himself, it's Grogu. 13th is another 442, this time it's the fantastic 442. 12th sees the entrance of Kante be beaten. And rounding off the bottom half of the table in 11th is Don't Get the Saka. And now we get into the business end of the table. In 10th, we have World Cup themed Brazilian. 9th is the most recent release on the channel, that is of course Guardians of the Goalie. 8th, we have the second 4-3-3 on this list, it's Dynamite version 2. 7th is my favourite Batman villain, it's Bane. In 6th position, and the one that everyone thought would top this table, it's Master of Puppets. Before we get into the top 5, please do make sure you head down into that description and show G some love. I will leave links to his Twitch, his Twitter, and of course his Discord down there. Obviously this video wouldn't be possible without the main man himself, so please do go and show him some support. In 5th, it's the 4-2-4, and it's the Goal Getter. Breaking into the top 4, and we have the 3-striker monster that is Hawkeye. In 3rd is one of my personal favourites this year, it's Volante Victory. And into the top 2, the runner-up in this league is Black Panther. So that means winning this tactic tester, we have the Loki tactic. Now Loki is the 4-2-3-1 with the 2 defensive midfielders. And as you can see here, it came out on top with an average point of 62.7 points in these 10 simulations. Now, it did go on to win the league twice like a couple of others did, but it was most consistent in terms of the fact that it finished inside the top 4 in 5 of the 10 occasions. However, I will say this tactic was released quite a long time ago, so if you would like to see an updated version of this tactic, drop a like on today's video because I will get the main man in action to get a better version of this tactic. And if you do want to check out any of the tactics that we've shown and talked about in today's video, check out this playlist. It is all of the tactics that G has released in this year's game.